to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. I'm your host for today, Lala, international real estate agent. And today, we're talking about the topic that's shaping our future, artificial intelligence, also known as AI. AI is everywhere from healthcare to entertainment, education to finance. It's here to stay. But what does that mean for the Black community? How do we make sure that we're not just bystanders, but active participants? So, did you hear that TV writers found 139,000 of their scripts were used to train AI? Hell broke loose. And as you recall, we had strikes last year, right? So this raises big questions about creativity, ownership, and control over our work. Now we've got an incredible panel today. Lots of people who know a lot about this in different industries who we've already seen touch in our industries. So we definitely have Athena Gardner, CPA and wealth coach, also AI extraordinaire. We have Tiara Williams, producer and actress. We have Moya, our tax professional. And we have Marlo Layson, TV and film producer. Hello, ladies. We got a lot to unpack before. I mean, this is crazy. Every day, we are finding out new things. And I think it's across so many different industries. But before we get into our conversation, we love it when you guys talk to us and we talk back, but we got something fun. And throughout this show, we're going to pop this graphic up. I want you to start looking at this graphic and I want you to tell us which one of these four is real. Look at them real good. Look at them real good. And at later point in the show, we'll tell you which one. So we'll flash it up more than once or twice. But yeah, can you tell us which one is AI? Now let's dive into this story by starting about those 139,000 scripts. Check this out.
AI steals 139,000 scripts. TV and film writers have just found out that over 100,000 scripts were used to train AI, and shit has hit the fan. The Atlantic has recently reported that over 139,000 scripts were used to train AI writing for tech companies. Showrunners spent much of the week typing their names into a search engine designed by the Atlantic's Alex Reisner. The search engine helped identify which scripts were actually being used by AI, and the results were horrifying. Reisner wrote in The Atlantic, "I can now say with absolute confidence that many AI systems have been trained on TV and film writers' work. Not just The Godfather and Alf, but more than 53,000 other movies and 85,000 other TV episodes. Dialogue from all of it is included in AI training data set that has been used by Apple, Anthropic, Meta, NVIDIA, Salesforce, Bloomberg, and other companies. It includes writing from every film nominated for Best Picture from 1950 to 2016, and at least 616 episodes of The Simpsons, 170 episodes of Seinfeld, 45 episodes of Twin Peaks, and every episode of The Wire, The Sopranos, and Breaking Bad. If I was a writer, I would be livid. And if I was an entertainment attorney, my phone would be melting. Now, it's also worth noting that many of the copyrights of these films are actually owned by the studios. What do you think of AI using these scripts without the writer's permission? Would love to hear your thoughts.
Baby, I would be highly upset because it's happening in the music industry too. But I'm going to start with you, Tiara, because he asked us, what do you think? What do you think about the movie industry using these scripts without the others' permission, even though they own the copyright? See, this is sticky. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, when you sign that contract, you are definitely signing over your rights to have any rights to say, well, wait, that's unfair, because they own that piece of intellectual property. So you really don't have anything to say. I mean, if you sell it, the script that I sold to Universal is Universal's, right? Like I have say so. Well, they optioned it, right? So they own it and I own it. At some point it'll come back to me, but if they don't use it, but they renew that option ever so much, like, you know, there's a terms for it, 18 months, 2 years. But, you know, it's so interesting because the business had already changed because of streaming, right? So the business model for writers and for the business overall had already changed. So they started to downsize those writing rooms to like mini rooms. So they would have like maybe 3 or 4 writers instead of having a full staff writer, a full staffed room, and then basically working those 3 or 4 writers, with the same, with the same intensity that they would need for, a bigger room. So it's just interesting. Fewer episodes. I mean, really, that's why we went on strike, because there were so many things that were happening and the landscape of this business was changing so fast. It's like, hold up, wait. And then the whole idea of AI coming, and then them using those things to train, you don't need writers really. I mean, every time we put anything into Chat GPT, anytime we put anything into that, we're training that AI to really like take over all of our jobs. We're teaching it exactly what to think, how to give us that data back. I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Athena's gonna have to tell
We're
me.
feeding the monster. We're feeding the monster. However, we also can harness the monster, but we're feeding it more than we can harness. That's what's frightening. It reminds me of the Game of Thrones when your girl came out with these baby dragons and they're like, and then all of a sudden 3 years later they like blowing down cities. Like, we're feeding the dragon. So now listen, I'm gonna take this question to you, Miss AI Queen, because you got the AI knowledge. Now, what is your thoughts about them using these scripts to create new movies and new plays and new everything? What's your thoughts?
I'm not surprised that they're doing that. I'm not surprised it's happening. And I think that it's happening in other industries, but people haven't been caught yet. For those of you who don't know, I have an AI and business specialization. So when I was going through getting that certification, we were taught about the different biases that AI has and the ethical concerns and considerations, and how there's no legal body or entity that is, managing this. And it's going to be left up to every individual government to come up with whatever the ethical standards are going to be for that moving forward. Currently, there are none. So it's kind of like the wild, wild west in that area. I'm not surprised about this. And this is not going to only impact the Hollywood industry. It's going to impact all industries. And that's why I always encourage, and I am encouraging people to get on the AI wave and see how you basically have to do what they're doing. You basically have to leverage other resources and use AI for your benefit. There are a lot of tips and tricks that I use even in my own personal life and business with AI. And that's what I'm going to be teaching tomorrow at the Fly Nubian Money Club. So make sure your face is in the place. You sign up at flynubianmoneyclub.com. I will be going over at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time how to use AI to supercharge your success. And basically, they're teaching us what we need to do, which is
around robin. It's a round robin. Like we'll discuss solutions later, but it's definitely a round robin because, like I said, we're feeding, but we're getting, but we're feeding. So, at what point do we protect ourselves? And I'm sure that you are definitely going to be talking about that in the class tomorrow. So, hint, early, go do it right now because we're talking about this today. All right, Miss Moya.
We want you to watch right now.
We want you to.
We want you to watch.
Everybody has 5 devices. Get it on your second device. Whatever. Don't do Moya, what are your thoughts about them training with these 139,000 scripts?
I think that's why what Athena is teaching is so important, because let's just look at it for what it is. They're already trained. So therefore, they're really powerful. So if you can get in early, you're going to have a really big advantage with what Athena is going to teach to make sure that you can really leverage everything you need to know while we have this window of opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. And honey, it's going to hit the tax too. It's going to hit the tax. It's going to hit everything. It's going to hit everybody. What about you, Lala? You in the news, you do all this stuff. So how do you think this is going to affect your industry? I mean, what do you think about this 139 scripts?
I mean, I'm not like everybody else. I am not surprised, right? I think that people will be surprised how many industries are already affected by AI. It's funny because I actually, I'm always cautioning against the misinformation. Call me misinformation, right? Because I saw something that made me kind of worried when we were having these storms in South Louisiana, these snowstorms. AI was telling people, because you have to put the proper prompt in to get the right information, that water doesn't freeze at below 32 degrees. It was like water freezes at 32 degrees. So therefore at 26 degrees, it needs to rise to 32 degrees in order for it to freeze. And so I want people to use your actual learning, right? Because these machines are baby machines. They're not big people machines. These are babies. And they haven't learned everything that we know we're teaching them. They don't know nuance, right? They understand black or white. They understand, they're not going to give you the shade of gray. They're not going to give you the context. So I think while it's great, right, it's a great efficiency tool. I personally could always tell when something was written with AI. I can always tell when something was created using mostly artificial intelligence, right? So there's still something for me as a creative, and just my advice to other creatives: use it to streamline, use it to help your workflow, use it to free your hands to do things that are time sucks, where you can put the time into whatever your true passion is, right? Or whatever the real human connection work is required for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, child, it's here, it ain't coming. And the people, especially my people, we need to not miss this wave, mostly because it don't know all of our beautiful shades of brown, honey. And that is very problematic.
Let me tell you, I do a lot of graphics, and I have got, I think if you had to give me a skin tone degree, I done found every degree for all of our skin tones, but it took a long time to figure that out. Now, listen, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back to continue this really important topic.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. I am Tierra Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I am the proud producer of this show. So I hope that every day when you join us, you leave a little smarter than you came, because that's the point. Otherwise, why are you watching? So if you want to receive notices for when we go live, Fly Nubian Money goes live every single day. That's Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't know, now you know. All you have to do is text the word Queens, that's Queens, that's Queens, to 87948. That's 87948. That's Queens to 87948. Yes? If you want
Queens to 87948. Yes. Come on, y'all. Come on. We talk about good stuff. You don't want to miss us. And we get notifications when you sign up there when we go live. Because, sometimes you get busy and you're like, oh, I'm missing my Queens. And you don't want to miss us. Come on. Text the word Queens to 87948. Yes, and yes. Now listen, we got a little quiz going on right now. So I want to pull up this graphic later on in the show. We want to see if you got this right or not. Look at this picture very closely. I want you to look at that closely and decide which one of those is real. We're going to show this a couple more times before the show is over, but let your wheels start talking, okay? All right, so you got that in your brain? All right, let's move on. Now, listen, you've heard us talk about how AI doesn't always get it right. We feed the machine, but sometimes it doesn't spit back things, especially when it comes if you're making graphics and you're trying to get the right kind of fingers and the right kind of toes. You usually get about 10 on one hand, or, you have to really be specific when you do colors. When I want skin tone of mine, I have to say honey colored. If I want someone like Tierra, I say honey, I say cocoa colored. And that you have to do that in order to get the nuances that you have to get those graphics. But let's see how AI can be very racist. Check this out.
The mostly white, mostly male VPs at Google thought that this paper should not come out, and that it should be retracted. This is a scientific paper. And this was after it went through all of the internal review processes just fine. And so I requested to know why this was the case. And they said they wouldn't tell me and they said, in fact, I should immediately resign. Sent an email to an email list for women in the Google research team, talking about my frustrations and explaining about the issues that I saw at Google. So this is in a nutshell what happened. And then, of course, what followed was even worse, because they said, first of all, that I resigned, which was definitely not true and could be very clearly proven wrong. There is a process for resignation, and a whole bunch of especially white men talked about their resignation process and how it was so different from mine. And secondly, they started attacking my work. And this brought on a whole bunch of harassment campaigns. It was a dog whistle to the white supremacists in the dark web. I started getting death threats, stalkers, and I still have stalkers, actually, you know. And so being publicly thrust into the public eye like that, you know, that's what it brought about. So that's in short.
That's frightening. I love our ladies in STEM. I do. And I love that they are speaking out more and more about what they're seeing in their positions. You might think she's nerdy, but I think she's just as smart as a whip. And I love the fact that she is calling out big companies for what they're doing. So Athena, I am going to ask you this, because we don't have a lot of people in STEM. We don't really have too many people in technology. We have a lot of them, but not compared to the other races. So what steps should we take to make sure that we're not left behind in this AI revolution?
Well, in this AI revolution, depending on where you want to go, right? I do know people who are in tech. Definitely get certifications, definitely in areas of cyber security for sure, and areas that where AI is going to touch. For those of us who are not in any heavy technical tech situations, which what I'm teaching tomorrow is going to be for anybody, right? You do not need to be a tech genius to pick up what I'm putting down tomorrow. So make sure you make sure you go over to flynubianmoneyclub.com after this and sign up. You definitely want to, first of all, just show up tomorrow that's the recommendation. Show up tomorrow and learn all the stuff that we're doing for AI. But also you want to be abreast of what is going on in the environment in general. Just like how they're having this super group with Trump and everybody's creating this entity so they can get what 500 billion into AI infrastructure. So stay adept of current news, and then also learn the different tools that are available to you now. There's a lot of generative AI tools that are very user friendly that you can get familiar with in order to whatever it is you're doing in your career. ChatGPT is your friend, Perplexity is your friend, Bard is your friend.
And it can be your friend because it also can help you grow your business, very much so. But you know, tying this back into creative work, Tiara, I want to talk to you because you're directly in the entertainment industry. So how do we, like, not only just you as a script writer, as a movie producer, like, and for us, my husband and I, music creation, how do we protect our creative work in a world where AI can just replicate it so easy?
Yeah, you know, I would say use it, right? And not use it in a sense of like have them spit out things for you, but if you know, if you can't beat them, join them, right? If you need help with ideas, if you need to, you know, I think that's the best part about having something there, a tool there that you can use. You can say, okay, I have an idea to do this, help me out, like, and it can stimulate your creativity, I believe. But I think the problem that people have, and I saw somebody mention this in the comments, that it will strip us of our creativity, our critical thinking, and all of those things, right? And so I think that's the hard part, even for our children, and giving them like, and I know you didn't ask me all this, Lala, but this is what comes to mind when I think of this, like our children having access to AI so young and not being able to develop their own voice, their own style, their own thoughts, just automatically being like, well, what does chat think? You know? And so I do think that, first of all, we just have to stay creative. We have to keep thinking. We can't rely on these AI tools for everything. just stay abreast of the things that stay abreast of the things that are happening, but don't allow it to take away your voice, because we need your voice. I think that's what makes us all so unique, is what we have to offer the world is our uniqueness. Don't let that be trampled on by AI.
I often think like I was a huge imaginary friend girl growing up. Like I everything I was doing, I was either singing in my room, I was making up lyrics, I was playing in the mud pals, I was a tomboy. You're in raising a child in this situation where you have to teach them certain things like this so that they could stay abreast of what's happening, but still also allow them to be very creative and get them off the phones and off of the computers in order to grow and grow intellectually and imaginary ways. And that, to me, I'm so glad my son has grown. I would not want to go back to that. So Moya, that brings a good question that I have, because I don't know the answer to it, and I don't know if I'm ever going to have the answer to it. But are we as a community embracing AI? Are we more resistant to it? And why do you think that?
Well, I mean, when it comes to a lot of areas of technology, there's always room for us to become more acquainted with it. Because, I mean, I remember when I had Alexa in my house, and Alexa would still be on sometimes, and you'd be like, wait, is Alexa listening to me right now? And I
Yes.
felt uncomfortable, so I unplugged it. I don't even know where that thing is. Because it made me feel like they were intruding on my space. So I believe there's a level that definitely can scare us. Like, wait, what is all happening here? But that's why I'm really grateful for Athena's class tomorrow. So we don't have to be scared of AI. She's going to teach us how to embrace it.
Definitely. I'm all for it. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. Listen, we still have so much to talk about. We have a lot of great comments coming from you guys. Keep them coming. There was a question about, Apple, the new Apple that's coming out. Yes, it will be training AI as you type and do things and send messages to people. So there is a way you can turn that off. I highly suggest, as Constance says, Google that shit to change your settings if you don't want that to be done. Yes. That is coming to all of your handheld devices, baby. Won't be long before you're feeding it just by doing a quick message to a friend. All right. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
You want to grow your money and not blow your money, as Constance says, check us out at flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, programs, videos, resources. In 2024, there's no reason to be broke when there's information all around us. So get your money right. flynubianmoney.com.
Get your money right. flynubianmoney.com. Listen, every day you come here, you see me. Listen, every day I tell you that we have great resources for you. And when I say that, I don't lie. I don't lie. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com and start looking at what you can do to get your financial house in order. And we laugh and we joke, but I say that so that you can giggle too. Because sometimes when you laugh, things stick with you. But if you are feeling like your financial house is in dire need and you don't even know where to begin, then you can begin with us. That's what we're here for. That's what we're known for. That's what our name is. flynubianmoney.com. Go check it out and see where you can start to build your wealth. Now, listen, I know you had something to say before I left about the phone situation, Tiara. So kind of tell us what your thoughts are on that.
No, I wanted to add to what Moya was saying. You were asking if Black people are resistant to things like AI. And I just think if we look at the history of Black people in America, we're always resistant to anything new coming, because usually it doesn't work in our favor. It's not something, it's like, how is this going to be used to against me? And sure enough, we're seeing in the healthcare system, healthcare claims are being denied, and all of these things, AI is being used for that. And so it just made me think of you. Somebody said it today. I was just thinking about the structure. If there's systematic racism, and there has been, and there's a system that is oppressing people, naturally that system teaches and trains AI to do the same thing, right? Even without even considering. There are some things I put in and I get biased responses. I think I was talking to Moya one day offline. I don't know if it was Moya or not, but like it was like the response was like so like, wait a minute, why are you telling me, was that Moya, was that about the election? Do you remember? Was it about the election? Like we were asking a question about Kamala or whatever, but it was like encouraging us to think a certain way about her. And so I thought that was interesting, right? That there's this system that is not real. Artificial intelligence is not real, and already it's racist. How is that? How is that? Well, I mean, we're looking around at the people that are training them, and because we're not black and brown people are not in those spaces, we're not given the opportunity. We're not going to be given the opportunity because of DEI, but we're not going to be in those spaces. Hopefully, we can figure out a way. But I think there possibly it could be worse, in the future because we're not in those spaces.
I think so. I was listening to a great podcast the other day. I'm a podcast freak. And it was all on AI. And there was a very well-known gentleman who started in the 80s with tech, with the internet. He's like techie, he loved that stuff. He went real far with that, built a really, big business. And he says he literally is afraid for marketing positions right now. He said, I don't say that lightly. He said, but if I can go to ChatGPT and get exactly what I need, I'm not going to need to hire anybody to do it. And I'm already seeing it. Now, the lady says, well, one of the things we don't have is choice. It's going to be woven. You don't have a choice to embrace it, but you can't avoid it. And with that, we're going to bring up something. We got a little fun game going on today. I'm going to bring up this graphic. I want you to look at it. We're going to leave it up for about, 10 seconds. But I want you to decide which one of these pictures is real, which one is real and not AI. Take a good look. Later on in the show, we're definitely going to tell you the answer, but do you really know? Do you really know? All right. So Marlo, with that being talked about, we're talking about jobs. So what risks do you see for Black workers as AI becomes more integrated into various industries?
For everybody, right? But I think everything in this world is adapt or die, right? You have to find a way to get in where you fit in, and that's just the reality of this, right? There's no fighting it, because what do corporations care about more than anything is their bottom line. This saves the bottom line. This is a bottom line rescuer, right? If you can clip your marketing department, if you can clip or cut down your communications department, because this machine learning can do a bulk of the work, right? It can do what it took teams of 3 to 5 humans to do. You absolutely are going to run a risk of unemployment and underemployment, right? So I think that Black people need to be studying this, like Athena said, cyber security, right? Because as the wild, wild west gets tamed, we're going to need people who can monitor this stuff, people who can put protections in place so that AI can't become you, right? Like there are so many endless sci-fi movies that I could write right now in my head about how terrible this could all end for humanity.
The Terminator.
Exactly.
Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, look, they already been written, right? So I think that getting in where you fit in, find your place in AI. I'm not a Siri person. I don't never talk to Siri. Old girl is not active on my phone. Alexa, I'm not talking to her either, because I understand what it means, right? So I use AI where I need to use it. And I think that everybody should adopt that notion. Don't reject it, but use it in a way that's most protective to you and your family, because they are getting all of our information. And you did bring up children, and I think it's very important for parents are going to have to lean in and be parents right now, right? Parents are going to have to actively have conversations with their children so that you are sharpening this tool, right? We can't just let the AI be the tool. You don't want your brain, what is it called? It's not brain mush, it's brain not brain fog. I don't know. There's some medical terminology, right? For the endless scrolling and how it happens, what it does to brain development and how it affects neurons. When two neurons aren't talking and sparking, your brain is not developing, right? Like you have an opportunity to grow your brain every single day. And I think parents are going to have to lean into that and find a balance between AI teaching your children and you teaching your children, because what it can't give them is morality, right? So this is not a time for parents, especially, to take their foot off the gas in terms of teaching them.
T-shirt. That needs to be on a T-shirt. Listen, we're talking about just AI generating scripts and things of that nature, but they are doing videos as well. Sora is one of them that everybody keeps talking about, and I've noticed that on Facebook. Now I'm on a social media fast this week, but Facebook is putting more and more AI generated videos out. There's one where they have a scuba diver shaving barnacles off of a whale, and it's not real. Now, some people caught that and some people didn't, but it's also not labeled like it's supposed to be labeled, because they're supposed to say that it's AI. And these companies are not doing what they should be doing. So, Athena, how can we hold these companies accountable for how they use AI?
Okay, come through, fur coat. Come through.
But it looks so real, though.
I know it. Look at
And
it.
it looks good.
Baby. If I look like that, I'd be happy. Look at that.
I'm going to make me a slow motion walk through New York City. AI video, y'all.
This is what I feel like I look like when I'm walking down the street. That's what I feel like I look like.
Like for that, that's fun. That's fun to me. I love it. But we know that that's AI. Now, you put that up, but I didn't notice. Does it say AI or just let you assume? And that was a TikTok video. So, so it begs the question, Athena. I mean, how do we hold these tech companies accountable for how they use AI?
Unfortunately, we are the masses, and they don't care about us holding them accountable. We're like, oh, Mr. Jeff Bezos, be accountable for using AI. No, it's gonna have to happen on a government level, and government tends to be slow. So I'm interested to see if this government efficiency department is gonna do what it says it's gonna do. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. So it's gonna have to be a legal body that will enforce it, obviously. And then we all know who can afford to lobby for their interests. These same companies we want to be held accountable. So that's not gonna happen. But on an individual basis, and in some areas, companies have taken upon themselves to institute certain things. So like, even for example, YouTube, you upload a video, it says, was this made with AI? I know Amazon, if you're creating an ebook, it's asking you if this ebook was created with AI. This is mostly AI generated content. So we're starting to see that, just so people can know and understand. But in mass, that's going to take some time and government influence.
Yeah, I mean, and government is already jumping on it. There's already an argument between the Orange Muppet and the apartheid Musk. The Orange Muppet came out saying he spent all this money for billionaires for us to get better with AI, and Musk told him that it was unrealistic. So you already have conflict there. But did you know, and this is something that you should know, America is not number one when it comes to AI. China is. So what we're trying to do is to catch up, because God knows, everybody like, oh God, China can't beat us. But baby, China been doing this a long day. They've been doing this a long day, and they ain't even been letting us know they've been doing it. But we know from elections and everything else, the things that we see are fed to us wrong. This is a part of AI. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Whether whoever's in office or not, we have to be very, very careful with this stuff. And we have to learn to discern, create discernment on what we can check and look for. Like someone in the comments said after they watched that video, they said we could tell because there wasn't certain hair movement. See, you're going to have to get technical with that. But as you get older, I'm sorry, this eyesight not going to be seeing if that hair is moving or not. I mean, this is a tough thing for us to do, right? So, Moya, now we got these babies out here that we need to protect. So, what's your take on AI being used in education? And is it going to be a helpful tool or a potential problem?
I can definitely see both, right? It being very helpful. Like my youngest daughter, she calls it Chatty G instead of Chat GPT. Like she's already came up with like a nickname for it. So yeah, that concerns me in terms of, and then my other son, he's like, oh man, I want to do YouTube. So I want to see, can it create like a daily schedule of what I need to post? I thought that was very clever for him to see what that looks like and help get guidance on that. So I think there's pros and cons to it. One of the things that I wanted to ask Athena was, is she going to be talking about, like, because I heard a lot of the highest paying jobs right now is AI prompting and seeing how you can prompt AI and coming out with different things that you're looking for. So are you going to be talking about AI prompt tomorrow?
Actually, the training is very prompt heavy. I'm actually going to be giving prompts to use for certain things. So, you getting gifts, honey, you getting the prompts to use. But also prompt engineering is going to be a very big area. And there is layers to what makes a good prompt, because just like how you said, the data that the AI is actually trained on is important, but what you ask and how you ask it is even more important. So in this training, I'm going to be discussing, I'm giving prompts, and I'm going to be breaking down why the prompts that I'm giving are actually really good, like the elements to a good prompt. But prompt engineering, anything AI related, is going to be the future. They were discussing that at this wealth summit that I went to, Future Fest. It's the largest world's wealth festival, and they were saying that prompt engineering was going to be the area of growth, not only from a job perspective, but like what companies are going to be hiring and implementing as they move forward.
See, listen, it's involved in absolutely everything that we do. Like, let's be realistic. You can do a lot of things with it. But Athena is right. And I embraced AI early and learned early. You just don't go in and say, give me a list of alphabetical flowers. You want to be real specific on what you're asking for, because if it's garbage in, you get garbage out. And it's as simple as that. But there's a lot of things that we have to take into account with this on how we can harness this every day in our everyday lives. It's just something that's here to stay, and it's not going to go anywhere. And we're still not done. We still have a great conversation about this. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Fly Nubian Money is now on Spotify. Yes, yes, yes. We are on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, you can listen to us. All you have to do is search Fly Nubian Money, and we will appear. All of our episodes. Make sure that you leave a 5-star rating and reviews, so other people that come along and are looking for a good show to watch, they'll follow us too. If you are interested in being on Fly Nubian Money, sorry, I don't have any spaces. I'm just playing. If you are interested in being a queen or a king on Fly Nubian Money for the day, please reach out to me. I'm at info@realvirtual.net. That's info@realvirtual.net. Also, if you need help with your business, go ahead and send me an email for that too. Okay. I've said enough. Now back to the show.
Listen, we're talking about AI today, but there is extreme positives to using real people with real talent and real skill. You're always going to have that humanity tied to it if you want to build and you don't want to sound generated, because AI can definitely make you sound like a robot. You ain't going to be talking about yourself unless you know how to prompt, right? But if you need to grow your business, if you just don't have time to do everything, you can get the human element with us. We have this magic little email that you could do so that we can help you build your business, take some things off of your plate so you can concentrate on more important things for growing your business as well. So just send us an email at info@realvirtual.net, info@realvirtual.net, and we will be able to help you. And if you notice, our beautiful tiara is waving at you. that email goes to her. So it's not like it's going to some stranger. You know, we friends. You know, we friends. Go on and email us. Go on and email us.
Right. And I won't discover and unlock and navigate. What's the other words that AI uses every time? And I'd be like, do not use dive in. Do not
Oh,
use it. Remove. So
in
we're not gonna do that.
conclusion, in
I'm gonna help you unlock and
conclusion,
discover.
hate
Go ahead,
that.
I'm
See
sorry.
that, so she knows what she's talking about. This is the human
Oh.
element here. But that actually brings me a question for you. Tiara, how do you
Yes.
think that AI is going to change the way that we consume movies, TVs, and music?
You know, I think they're just, I mean, I heard an AI written song and it was so good. I said, oh, wow, this was written with AI. You know, obviously with the video that we watched earlier, they were using some of the best shows on television to create, to create future scripts. So I think it's going to be great with a little bit more, it's going to be awful for us as writers in this business, which is why it's so important at this point to diversify. There's so many people I know who are not working in this business. The business has not been the same since the writers and actors strikes. It's just not. Like, work is so hard to come by, right? At this point because of these tools. But I would just say that, it's just time to diversify. It's just like I said, like everyone was saying earlier, to just start to think about what ways creatively, and Black people are creative people, so we always figure out, like, okay, all right, so we can't do it this way anymore, let's try this. I just think we'll figure it out. But for the most part, at this point, after you go to the training, Athena's training, then start to brainstorm on ways that you can really like shake up and change your business, or figure it out.
You got to figure it out, and you
Got to figure it
learn
out.
it and figure it out, or you're going
Yeah.
to be left behind. Listen, in the music industry, Spotify is getting over on people every single day. Now, my husband and we've taken one project down, and I think we're going to take the rest of our projects down as well. Spotify has trained its AI as well on much music. And what it's done is it creates these songs, the ones that get the most listening to, and then they create these playlists. So if an independent artist such as us gets less than 1,000 plays, they won't give you a dime. They will just continue to pocket that money. Now, if you do get over 1,000, they're going to question you to see if you have bots, and then they'll take your music down while they're supposed to do some kind of investigation. Next thing you know, you go to a playlist and there's a song that sounds like yours. So I want you to understand that this is going on in all industries. And then you have Netflix, who's ready to buy places like Spotify and stuff, so they could start using this stuff. Now, what do I say? Billionaires always buying billionaires, baby, because Netflix just announced they're getting ready to go up in price. So this is going to be a very interesting roller coaster ride. But we have another video from that very smart lady. I just love her. I'm gonna have to go follow her. Let's see what else she has to say about her Google experience in AI.
Just for instance, there is an example of how Amazon scrapped a hiring tool, an automated hiring tool, because the tool was trained on historical data that based, on who to accept for a particular job. Let's say in computer science, for example, and who to reject. And if you look at historical data, we live in a white supremacist patriarchal society. So women have been discriminated against forever, right? And no matter how qualified you are, no matter what, you're gonna not get that job because of discrimination. So if you train your model to learn from history and say, hey, this person is qualified for the job because a person like them was accepted in the past. This person, on the other hand, is not qualified for the job because a person like them was not accepted, then we know what you're going to end up deciding, right? So this tool just started having a correlation between, for instance, women's colleges, people who went to women's colleges, and a low score, meaning that they shouldn't get accepted to this job. So this is just one example, right? But there My hope is that, people from marginalized communities don't have to fight the powers that be to just have a seat at the table, work on AI that actually benefits us with a research practice that's not extractive and discriminatory, and work on tools that actually benefit our communities and show the harms of existing tools to our communities. And is simply the goal of the Distributed AI Research Institute.
I love how she just lays it right on out there. She really does. Marlo, so with that being said, and she's telling us what exactly is happening, is how do we ensure that Black voices are represented in the development of AI systems? We laughed already about how they never get our skin tone right, and it's all about the prompting. So how do we get represented in AI?
Nobody's gonna like this answer. It is going to take Black investment. It is going to take Black people with money and means. It is going to take my brother Nasir Jones, who's part of some kind of what do you call that, where they drop the big money into the thing. I can't think. It's Friday. I don't have my words. But it's gonna take the big money, right? All these people walking around with the Fly Gold chains, all the people that are stepping out of the backs of Maybachs, those people need to put their money where their mouth is and start to develop this technology, because at the end of the day, they too are being left behind. If all you can do as a wealthy Black person is partner with white entities to make money that's already established, then that's problematic for the community, and it's problematic for you because they are excluded from AI, right? They have the same probability of getting hit by a self-driving vehicle as any of us, because it doesn't understand the nuances of our skin tone. They are as likely as any of the rest of us brown bunnies to be arrested and to be misidentified by AI-led facial recognition technology, right? That only has 5 Black faces. So I think that it's going to take investment. It's going to take people putting their money where their mouth is. And it's going to take Black people being intentional about pulling this great Black talent that has been ostracized from Google and Amazon and all this lady's story is not unique, y'all. And so it's going to take them finding this great Black talent and creating our own learning models that represent us. Because they've already had issues when the iPhone first started doing facial recognition. Any Asian could open any other Asian's phone, right? And we know they got Asians in tech. So why was there only one Asian face, right? Where everybody could open up their friends' phones. I saw about 5 or 6 videos where girls were opening up other people's phones that were Asian. So if we already know this, the ideal thing would be for all communities of color to come together, because everybody's going to be affected. But this is the Fly Nubian Money podcast. So I'm saying for Black people, we need to, those with wealth, those with means, those that are being barred from investing their money. They got Black people that want to make investments in this technology and they can't get a seat at the table. So I'm saying y'all need to find a way to invest, because if we don't make the investment, we're not going to get the outcomes that we need, because we'll never be considered in the way that we need to be considered.
Exactly. We definitely have a lot of things to think about. I mean, you can actually boggle your mind when you're thinking about it, but let's look at some stats here, because this is really kind of frightening. So let's check out some of these stats. By 2030, AI is projected to contribute 15.7 trillion to the global economy. 85 million jobs are expected to be displaced by AI by 2025. Y'all, that's this year. That's this year. But 97 million new roles could emerge.
Okay.
And only 9% of Black workers are in STEM fields, didn't I tell you, compared to 20% of white workers. A 2020 study found that AI systems can exhibit racial and gender biases, such as facial recognition systems misidentifying Black faces more often than white ones. And Black-owned businesses using AI tools report an 18% growth in revenue compared to those that did not. This is proof to tell you that you need to be in our class tomorrow.
Yes.
No joke. A study showed that 65% of Black parents want their kids to learn coding or AI-related skills compared to 50% of parents overall. Good for them. But I'm going to tell y'all, when it comes to the bias and the things that they notified, if you haven't looked up the Meta glasses and how they could just look at you now, because college students hacked it to look at anybody and pull up their information on LinkedIn and Facebook. And they walked up on people they didn't know and say, "Hey, Brother Brown." And Brother Brown looked up like, "Hey, you teach at such and such, don't you?" "Yeah, I was in your class." "Oh, okay." And then they got up and shook hands and everything. Guys, this is more deeper than we are able to even discuss in this. So let's take a short break and we'll come right back.
Are you ready to take your brilliant business idea and turn it into income? So my name is Athena Gardner. I'm a CPA, wealth coach, and also a Fly Nubian Money host. And I am partnering with the Fly Nubian Money Club to bring you this exclusive training called Idea to Income, how to supercharge or elevate your current business and using the power of AI. So in this training that is exclusive only to the Fly Nubian Money Club, you will learn how to take your brilliant business idea and turn it into a money-making machine or elevate a current business if you have one already. You will learn the AI tools that will help you supercharge your business, save time and slash costs. And then you will also have a plan and a strategy in how to execute that flawlessly. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to sign up at the flynubianmoneyclub.com and I will see you in the training.
Well, I can't add to that. You've got the instructor here. You've got the AI goddess. Take it away, Athena.
Thank you so much, Lala, for that. And listen, I need you guys face in the place tomorrow. We're about to snatch eyelids back. We're gonna scalp you. We're about to just reveal the gems that you need to do with AI. You do not need to be a tech genius. You do not need to be a code genius, even though I date them. All you need is to be in the flynubianmoneyclub.com. So after this show, I need you to go to that link. And guess what, guys? If you have not signed up before, we do have a free trial still going on. So it is not going to hurt your pockets. All you need is the investment of your attention, okay? Because you still need to invest time and attention, and to sign up and to be in the place tomorrow. So we are going to go over prompt engineering, how this affects us as a community, specific prompts to help you for your business, tools to use. I'm giving you gems tomorrow.
Yes.
So this is what I need for you guys to understand. As Black people, we tend to lag in adopting new ways of thinking, doing, embracing technology, embracing with the change. And I need us to be the forward-thinking, intellectual, divine beings. I know that we are, the greatness that we come from, Hashalabo, and be on the way to focus on the future, which is AI. It is not going anywhere. Okay. Tomorrow we could be in a Terminator Matrix situation. All right. But do you want to be in that situation with some more money? Yes. All right. So this is what we need to do. Sign up for our training tomorrow so you can learn how to take that ideas of yours or your current business and how to generate more income.
All right. Now you heard it. Now listen, here's another benefit that you have. Not only that you're going to do that at flynubianmoneyclub.com, you're also going to get Constance's class that taught you how to make seven figures. Seven figures. I said seven. You want to make sure that you sign up so that you get that training. And you also get the training that I gave you about how to buy a house domestically as well as abroad. I don't know what you're waiting for. Just go on and do it. Just go on and do it. What does Nike say? Just do it. It is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss.
And I just want to say one other plug for Fly Nubian Money Club. Starting Monday, we're going to have weekly giveaways, weekly free giveaways for our members and people that sign up. So every week you will have something that can also help you elevate in your life, whether it's a budget, a ebook, whatever it is, you will have access to that. So I'm excited.
See? You don't
Trying to
even
change
know
their
that.
life.
We just been talking about that. But listen, we are serious about our motto around here. We really are helping you with your mindset and your wallet and listen, you have to take control of your financial house, period. Now, I'm going to put up this picture one more time. We have a photo that I want you to look at, and I want you to tell me if you can figure out which one of these are real and which one is not. So which one is real, right? Okay, we got the little, all right, that's what you got. That's what you got. And here is the answer. You ready? It's the man. He's the only one who is real.
The
How
man,
many of you
which
guys
man?
got it right? No, it's not the man. I was
It's two men. It's two men. Which man?
see.
It's the
See?
Wahipe man. The Wahipe
It's the
man with the
Hawaii man with the
glasses.
glasses. Yes.
No, wait a minute. Hold up. Which one is
The
The
Wahipe
glasses.
man with the glasses.
That's what I said. Okay, I said that, but then someone I know earlier said the Asian lady. Now listen, some of y'all are being a
This
little
guy
rude.
said Ling Ling. Oh Lord.
Now listen.
That's
Didn't
because they be
nobody
getting
tell you
tricked
to
by
go
them
down
sexy
that
profiles.
road? It is the man with the glasses. He is real. So look how see there was even a debate with us. So let me ask you all this question, and this goes for our viewership family as well. Moya, are you using AI tools personally? And if not, why? Which ones do you use?
Yes. I use AI. I use ChatGPT. I use Canva Premium. Canva Premium gives you access to do a whole lot. They have Midjourney. They have so many things. With that being said, I'm still so eager to know what Athena is going to be talking about tomorrow.
I know. I'm so excited. What about you, Marlo? Now, I know you've kind of said a couple of things during our conversations, but do you use AI at all?
Oh, absolutely. I use AI. I use the Canva AI features. I use a platform called Lumen 5 to make small little informational videos. I use Chat GPT as I'm on my can't eat nothing that's delicious journey so that it can help me put these foods together in a way that's a little bit more creative from week to week. So yeah, I mean, I'm not anti-AI, y'all. I certainly use it. I work in analytics, so I have to use AI to make my day easier. I have to use it to help digest the analytics that I then have to go and think through to figure out my audience. But I'm just saying, like, learn it, be aware of it, but also be wary, be protective of your data. Like, your data is valuable, right? The information about you is valuable. And so I'm just saying, be selective and protective. But I certainly use AI tools because it make my life easier. We all got 24 hours. We got to figure out the best way to use them, right?
Yes, and it can definitely help with your time. I don't really need to know the answer from Athena, but I'm still going to ask you, what are some of the tools that you do use?
Listen, I'm a Chat GPT goddess at this point. I love Perplexity. I'll be discussing those tools as well. I use Canva Magic AI as well. Even StreamYard AI, I use them to do AI generated content. So I'll leave the rest for the training.
Teaser. All right, Tara, what about you? What do you use it for?
I use all the things that the other queens have said. I use Chat, I use Canva, I've used Lumen, but I also use Opus.
Oh God, I love Opus.
I use Opus. So those are the top. Those are the top 4.
I too use it. I use ChatGPT. I also use Leonardo. I also use DALI. I also use Perplexity, and of course Canva, because Canva just keeps getting better and better. I just love Canva. Opus, you name it, I do it. Like I said, I love it. I love being able to do that, and I've used it for T-shirts and ebooks and everything else. I'm creating one as we speak right now, so it is what it is. Quita says, I use the free AI platforms on my computer and WhatsApp and Geo. I didn't know WhatsApp had that, y'all. Anonymous says he uses GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT. And I've used GitHub. I've used Copilot. Is there there is a YouTuber, she asked AI chat about relationships and get info live on her show, even though she is a relationship expert. So you see, there's many people who are using AI for their everyday business and their everyday life. But we could talk about this forever. We really and truly can. But I know that you guys have heard us say over and over, you need to get to the training. But if you don't, you're going to get left behind. So the training tomorrow at flynubianmoneyclub.com is going to, no matter if you feel you're an expert or a beginner or an intermediate, I can guarantee you're going to learn something from Athena. So please make sure that you do sign up so that you can join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is on the 25th, which is tomorrow. All right, ladies, we need to kind of like wind it down. And I don't want to. I feel like we're all just having tea and having girlfriend chat. But I am going to start with you, Athena. Can you please tell us your final thoughts and where we can find you?
Well, final thoughts are this: skill or get killed is the name of the game with this economy. We are in a Trump era, honey. Okay, Trump era, full court press. If you are not innovating, if you're not about getting your money, you are going to be left behind and try and be a part of the permanent underclass that they're trying to make us into. So I need for you guys, especially to sign up for the Fly Nubian Money Club so you can see my training tomorrow. Idea to Income, how to supercharge your success with the power of AI at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be going through prompts, tools, especially the prompts, right? And giving you guys prompts to use to help you with creating the business ideas and executing them flawlessly. Also, if you're interested in all my other offerings or anything that I'm doing, okay, elevatewithathena.com. It has my social media, it has my offerings, it has my podcast, where you can find me. All of it is there. Elevatewithathena.com. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the training.
All right. I'm excited. I really am. Moya, what are your final thoughts and where can we find you?
My final thought is I'm obsessed with Athena's cat. I love the cat in the background. Oh my God. So yes, I think AI is a crucial tool that we need to use in order for us to get ahead. If you have any questions about anything, you can always, in terms of taxes, in terms of college funding, you can send me a DM at moya.business or just go to my website, www.moya.tax, to get any information you need.
And she's got a lot of good stuff, guys. For those of you who have students that are going to college, you don't want to miss out on the information that she has for you, because honestly, it could mean money in your pocket, right? You need to make sure that you go to her site and get that free resource as well. Marlo, what is your final thoughts and where can we find you?
My final thought is the same as Athena, right? Use it or lose it. Get left behind or catch the train, y'all. That's really where we're at with it. Be discriminating. The more you use AI, you'll learn the more you can discern what was created with AI, because deception is a big part of this that we didn't really get too much into today. But ride the wave, get on the train, make you some money, increase your discernment of online lies and scammery by being a tech savvy person. It's the 21st century. We are pushing through the 21st century. This is 2025, y'all. Technology is here to stay. There's nothing wrong with being rooted on the ground and being off the grid sometimes, but if you're trying to get your money is on the grid, so you got to get there. If you're looking for me, you can find me in all the internet spaces. On Instagram, I'm over Marlo. My name is on the screen, or my screen name is on the screen, and I write about all the things, including all of these feverish executive orders that our new old president is writing. And I'm trying to decipher DEI for y'all. I'm trying to decipher what his AI approach is and how he has literally taken the training wheels off AI. So it is really the wild, wild west. And if you want to keep up with me, those things are under my name, Marlo Layson. You can find me out in the wild because that's where I be.
I didn't do that. Not only that, but Marlo is on a beautiful journey. And as you can see, you can already see changes in your body, Marlo. You're looking great. She is on a journey with health and fitness. And listen, if you want to follow her on that and, cheerlead her on, because there's nothing like true encouragement. Got my pom-poms up for you. So make sure that you follow her and give her encouragement. Tiara, what is your final thoughts and where can we find you?
Yes, let me unmute myself. Every day we come on and we have these conversations about what we need to do as a community and, how far, you just get, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. The news that comes up and how we're like, listen, we're behind every day, we're behind. But I want to tell you this, Black people, we are so resilient and we are overcomers. Like that's what we do. We are creative. If we can take a very little and make so much, and I think it's just in our DNA. It's just where we've come from. It's what we've had to overcome. So just like Trump is here doing all the DEI stuff, and there's already systems in place that we know are not always to our benefit. If we can just step back and just really think and strategize and come together, I feel like that's really all we need is to just start to lean on each other. I was talking about it in a previous podcast, just like we were able to come up with those millions of dollars for Kamala Harris overnight. If we just had that same type of energy, if we could just say like, here's the goal, all Black people need to be on one accord with is a goal. That's it. Once we know it, we understand the assignment every single time. So let's figure out what that goal is. Let's make the goal to get ahead. Let's make a goal to uplift each other. Let's make the goal to take it to the top, right? And so I challenge you today to do that. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather, but I want to do my part. Fly Nubian Money Club. I am the co-creator of the Fly Nubian Money Club. I created it as an extension of what we're doing here at Fly Nubian Money. A lot of people had questions in the comments about why, how to do this or how to do that. And it really sparked something inside of me that said, what if I could bring queens in bi-weekly that could teach you something to change your life? Every day I'm mulling over ways to change your life. I'm like, can we give away giveaways? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Just to make sure that we don't leave 2025 feeling behind. We have a plan. We have a strategy. We've heard it. I always hear Constance say we got to be hearers of the word, but we also have to be doers. So I just want to encourage you to do all of those things. Go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. I see some people in the chat saying, listen, I'm on a fixed income. I ain't got it. Guess what, sis? I'm going to allow you to come in for this 30-day trial and get the game either way. So come on in and do it that way. We love you. We love the fixed income ladies. We want to help you figure out a hustle to get you beyond that fixed income. So come through. I love y'all.
We want to help you unfix the fix.
Yes.
We're going to level you up. We're going to
get the
level you up. Now,
yes.
Did you tell everybody where we can find you?
Oh, yeah. I'm at Miss Black Hollywood across all platforms. That's MSBLACK Hollywood across all platforms. Y'all, I am currently on a social media hiatus because my soul can't take it, and it's for spiritual reasons. Hallelujah. But I will be back soon. I've been working on a music album. So I have some things to share when I come back. But for now, I am taking time away thinking about ways to make you greater.
And I am too. And I can tell you, I have been off of social media since Monday, and my spirit feels so much lighter. It's good to take a sabbatical from all the madness. So we do encourage people to do that as well, because we do have Spotify, baby. Because if you miss us during that sabbatical, you can catch up on Spotify. Just go over there and make sure you download Fly Nubian Money so that you can hear us on Spotify. Now, listen, here's my final thoughts. There is always going to be something that we have to learn, something new, something that may be scary. There is a lot of fear around artificial intelligence. You always hear they're going to take this, they're going to do this, and then we're never going to, but they can't take away something that you can learn and take the time to put into your educational bank. Listen, we cannot be left behind. There is a wonderful way to balance. You don't have to dive into absolutely every single thing that somebody's telling you need to do, but this is important enough for you to learn and to teach your family, to use it in your daily life smartly as well, and also to teach our children how to use it to the best of their abilities, but still allow them to be imaginary wizards. Because fairies and wizards still need to be in the imagination of these children so that they can grow up with that educated brain. Don't stunt them with technology, but you can add to it. So that's what I have to say. You can find me at my website, which is www.laurakey.net. I have a lot of free resources there for you. I have a budget creator, and it's pretty in-depth, that can help you kind of look at your finances to see, oh my goodness, do I need to get this together? Or I'm doing pretty good, but I could do better. So go ahead and download that free resources. And I also want to say that the California fires are still raging, and we have more fires going on. I have 4 clients who have lost homes, and where the fires are right now in Castaic and areas like that, I have 3 clients that are in serious danger. So on my website, at the very top, it says LA Fire Resources. Please go there. It's a list of places where you can donate, where you can take things, where people request things. It's an all-inclusive spreadsheet that they have put together. That's not my creation. Everybody as a community is using it. So I am asking you to please don't forget that just because the news is not reporting it, that LA is on fire.
Yes.
And people are losing their homes and everything. So please keep them in your prayers. So listen, today was a great show. And I can't tell you that how much I enjoyed it. I enjoy every show because I get to spend time with my girlfriends. So AI is here, and it's changing the world, and it's changing it fast. So the question is, are we ready? As a community, can we afford to sit on the sidelines? We need to educate ourselves, embrace the opportunities, and fight for fairness and representation in this space. Let's remember, every new era of technology comes with winners and losers. Let's make sure we're on the winning side. If you take away one thing from today, let it be this: AI isn't the future, it is the present. Let's stay informed, stay prepared, and stay ahead. So I thank you to all my incredible panel, Moya, Athena, Tiara, and Marlo, for sharing your insights. And thank you to our viewers, you family, for tuning into Fly Nubian Money. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, master your mindset and maximize your money. See you tomorrow in class, flynubianmoneyclub.com. Peace out.